This video is brought to you by Zarrakan Productions, an umbrella group composed of over 10 YouTube shows, an archive of over 4,000 videos covering a wide variety of topics, and businesses both inside and outside of Second Life. Please go to zarrakan.com for a complete listing of media links. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for our activity feed. Subscribe to us on YouTube for future updates, and please support us on Patreon. Thank you for your time, and may I present another Zarrakan production.
All right, and there you have it, a word from DHK, I guess. He's got something on his mind, wanted to say it there. Not exactly sure what we're supposed to make of that, but fairly frightening thought. Getting his hands and all. I think we're getting ready to start this off, folks. That was the beginning music, I believe. And here we go. All right, evidently we've got the first wrestler in there. All right, there's the bell being called for. Evidently, we have DJ Wild against Brett Mason. And from what I understand, Brett lost last week, so this is a rematch where he is trying to actually get back into the tournament. And you see him locked up there in the middle, folks. Brett's grabbing him. They're pushing back and forth. Brett quickly into a side headlock, wrenching down on that neck. Moving into a hammer lock and then switching that over into a wrist lock. And a huge strike on the back of that arm. Brett seems to be going to town on that left arm, trying to take it out of commission, trying to weaken his opponent there. Moving from hammer lock to wrist lock to a strike. Each one of those things designed to make that arm go to sleep so that the wrestler can't use it. And back into shoving match, and it looks like Wild is taking over from there, giving Brett a little bit of what he gave him. That's it. They're going to get right back into it now. Heard Brett call out there as Wild wrenched down on that arm. Looks like neither one of the wrestlers really knows how to attack the other. Brett goes into that corner where Wild was with a huge splash, a body splash, slamming Wild up against that turnbuckle. Brett with a big knee to the gut and then a huge slap, just add insult to injury there. They're locked up in that corner. Brett's dragging Wild back to the center of the ring. Both of them looking to find some kind of leverage against the other one. Brett getting through that lockup, grabs Wild with a huge sidewalk slam, leaving Wild laying flat on his back in the ring there. Brett following that up with a bunch of stomps right there onto Wild, trying to pound Wild through the mat. Doesn't seem like Wild's able to mount much of a defense. He went for the pin. 1-2. That's all he got, was 2 out of that. Wild laying down there on the mat, hurt. Brett was trying to take advantage of that and get that quick win out of him. Back up on his feet. Was a little wobbly there, but comes right back in with a huge chop, trying to show Brett that he's not quite done yet. There it was, Wild with a couple of big chops and slaps there. And then catching Brett good with a giant German suplex. Now the momentum of the match has changed. Looks like Wild's taking control here. Brett's trying to figure out what the heck happened. Now, I don't think he was expecting the match to get out of control like this, and now we have Wild standing over Brett, getting ready for a big roll-up. Wow, that was almost a surprise. There we go. Brett catching Wild unexpected. That was a total surprise to Wild, getting caught in that pin-up roll-up. He only got a 1 out of it. Wild was able to get out of there pretty quick. Now he's picking Brett up. Brett looks like he's trying to regain control of this mat. Fireman carry slamming Wild down. Now he's getting into those outlaw stomps, everybody. And he goes for the next pin. And no, wait. I thought that Wild had got his shoulder up in time, but no, the ref is saying no. He got a 3 count on this, and there you have your winner, Brett Mason. Brett Mason, ladies and gentlemen, is our winner of the first match here. He pretty well maintained control of that throughout the match. Brett showing sportsmanship there, shaking hands with his opponent. That's what we like to see. A little bit of good sportsmanship there. Well, folks, that was our first match. We had a little bit of action there. Wild versus Brett. Brett trying to get back into this tournament. Looks like he may have found his way back in. All right, while we're waiting for the next match to happen, time to get ready for that. I'll go ahead and talk about one of the sponsors of this. We like pina coladas. You all know the song. There is a club out there now called the Escape Club. It's a dance club on an adult sim. The music is whatever the DJ feels like playing and whatever you want to hear. Come find your escape at the Escape Club. They've got beaches, they dance, they've even got a bowling alley newly remodeled. Folks, go ahead, head on down there, take a look if you can enjoy the Escape Club. And if you are ever in need of any video footage, photography, what have you, please consider using Camera Kitty, the best in SL. Camera Kitty is at all the federations that I commentate at, and everybody is completely happy with Camera Kitty. So please, if you have need of anything like that, do not hesitate to contact Camera Kitty and have her get with you and get you hooked up. We're having some issues with production monkeys in the back. Hi, out there, they're Wild. You don't look too much wear out there after that match. You doing okay? My mic is not working. In and out on my mic.
Yeah, it just don't want to stay on. You can fine.
Okay. Better? Can you hear me a little better now? Looks like we're having technical difficulties all over the place. Okay, so we got at least one person that can hear me just fine. Okay, thank you, Wolfie. I was making sure. Maybe somebody just doesn't like me up here doing this. Wouldn't be the first time.
I can see. Well, I do not know what's going on at this time.
All right, promo coming up, I think. It's all about.
As you saw from my promo, I am the new face of the HCW. I may be the champion right now, but that doesn't mean things can change. And I, Dave Wyatt, will be making sure that it changes. So here, in the wrestling world, it is time to believe and follow the nightmares. He's got
Okay, so Lan is really just a griefer.
I bet they were. We did some back.
Disgruntled employee, maybe? Like Brett Mason is back out here. Glutton for punishment? Oh, look, he's saying he won the tournament. Brett appears to be calling Dave out. Okay. Looks like Brett is calling Dave out. Brett is saying that he's the savior and Dave is Antichrist, I guess?
Yep.
So this looks like what's going on there. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to hear anything from Dave or what. Here we go.
There you go.
But you want a shot at me? Well, all I can say, unfortunately, we are almost out of time. Yes, please. This week, we